12 states plan power projects. Anger spread over tariff hike. Court orders EFCC to pay photographer 5 million naira for defamation. Nathaniel Bassey petitions police to investigate and arrest 4 netizens who claimed that he was the father of Mercy Chinwo's son. And just in, Vanguard has released a very hot headline on why Bobrisky was arrested. And today, Bobrisky arrives court and he has been charged not only on stepping on the new Naira note, but he has been charged for money laundering. We will be going on a quick break now, and as soon as we get back, we'll look at the news in details. Please stay with us. 12 state plan power project, anger spreads over tariff hike. Lagos, Kano, and 10 other states have concluded plans to start generating power in their respective states in conformity with Electricity Act 2023. The Punch gathered on Thursday that some of the states had established their electricity market laws and were waiting for the approval of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission to have independent regulatory bodies, different from the NERC owned by the federal government. As the state stepped up efforts to generate electricity, the federal government 240% power tariff hike for consumers in Band A enjoying 20 to 24 hours electricity attracted more condemnation on Thursday. Groups including the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Civil Society Organization, and the Nigeria Electricity Consumer Advocacy Network warned that the hike would worsen the plight of Nigerians. Now, just yesterday, NERC released the full list of various states and the various communities in this state that are enjoying 20 to 24 hours power supply. And in Lagos, about over 15 places were mentioned in Lagos that are enjoying 20 to 24 hours power supply. Even though this is an encouraging development on the part of the state government, however, this actually raised a whole lot of contrary opinion on the part of the people. As we all know, if you are governing a place, you are governing a people, and whatever you are doing is not promoting what they wanted, they would always be against you. But the first thing I did yesterday when I saw the story is to make my findings as to whether these places are truly enjoying the 20 to 24 hours power supply. However, checking some netizens' reaction, especially from the states that they said are enjoying 20 to 24 hours power supply, the state that raised the contrary opinion the most is the people of Kwara State. There were a lot of reactions online as to whether this is an audio show or so, because these people claimed that the least they've enjoyed power supply in a day is only for an hour or two. Now, let's assume this is the reality, that these states, according from the information we gathered in Lagos State, that only Band A's, that the people from Ojodubega, they mentioned Ojodubega, they mentioned Ketu was mentioned, Shagamu was mentioned, Ikorodu, a part of Ikorodu Odonguyo was mentioned. However, there is now 227 megawatts per hour increase on the amount they are being charged for electricity. And this has raised a whole lot of suspicion that if you are to multiply this megawatt per hour, multiply by the number of hours they are making use of this electricity. So this state has now come together and said, no, this uh, um 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 this tariff is too much. This tariff hike is too much for us to cater for as a state. And they are now planning their power project. So as much as a lot of people are in support of this, however, there are still questions as to when this power project will become a reality. Because it is not enough that you talk about doing it, it is more than enough to implement it. Then it is making us to liken the case of this power project together, relating it with the Alex Oti of Abia State power project. I mean, in less than months, Alex Oti was able to do to ensure that there is 247 power supply in Abia State, and it is making a lot of netizens to ask: are they planning to compare themselves with Alex Oti, or shouldn't they have just looked for how this tariff hike on electricity will be cut down? In as much as people will want to venture in these places because of the power supply, because of the stable power supply, at the same time, the money that will be going into power supply will be too much for them to pay. Hence, they will want to, they want to go for other places where they are not paying much. At the same time, they are getting quality power supply. So a lot of netizens are saying that instead of looking at power projects that will take longer years to achieve, why not look at how the tariff hike will go down? Why not look at ways in which the state government could talk things out on how this tariff hike will be minimized. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on this story to see how it goes. If this is just another audio talk, if this is just another media talk, or truly they are going to implement this power project, and it will really be a good development. Because at this point, I feel like it is not enough for state government to rely on the federal government to do everything for them. Now is the time. I think hardship, the hard economy, is actually pushing a lot of Nigerians. It's actually pushing a lot of people whose IQ is working. It's actually pushing them to be even more creative. So let's see what this hardship in the economy will push our state government to be able to achieve. So this will lead us to the second story that we have to be reviewed with you today. And the story is on the case of defamation. Over the years, we have heard cases about defamation, and we are going to relate this story. We are going to make it a two-in-one story. The first one says, court orders EFCC to pay photographer 5 million naira for defamation. And the second is on Nathaniel Bassi's petition. He has petitioned police IG to investigate and arrest 4 netizens who accused him of fathering Mercy Chinwo's child. So let's look at the first story, then we go on to the next. Justice John Okorowo of the Federal High Court Abuja has awarded 5 million naira damages against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission for wrongfully parading a photographer by the name Nasiru Saidu Ali, popularly known as Kozo, as a fraudster. The incident happened in May 2019 when the photographer was arrested for his Abuja home and his photos splashed on the social media pages of the EFCC alongside those of other alleged internet fraudsters. He was later released after his innocence was established, but Saidu Ali dragged the anti-graft agency to court for criminal defamation. The photographer, through his lawyer, Pelumi Olanjegbesi, demanded 100 million naira damages from the EFCC, but after 5 years, the court, in the judgment delivered on March 2024, awarded a 5 million naira damages against the EFCC and ordered the anti-graft agency to tender a public apology to the photographer. So this is one case with defamation, and it is making us to wonder if the EFCC truly know what they are supposed to be probing. I mean, we have heard different cases of people, we have heard different cases of people that different heavy cases that EFCC is supposed to be probing, yet they left what they are supposed to probe to, probing after people that are making their money legitimately. And it is making I personally to wonder. Look at the story of this woman Shadia, the predecessor, the past minister of humanitarian whatever. She was probed and charged for fraud of embezzling 37 billion naira. We were made to understand that Shadia was arrested. She was being probed over 37 billion naira embezzlement. How many of us are still hearing about that case till date? Do we know what that case is all about till date? Do we know the aftermath? We only heard she was charged for embezzling that money. We do not know whether the money was recovered. It is not like we did not like we did not know, but they were not transparent enough with the people. They were not transparent enough to let us know how the investigation is ongoing. That aside, there was also the case of Beta Edu, our successor, who embezzled 500 million naira too. 500 million naira, yes, that's the amount. She was relieved of her duty. She lost a whole lot of things and everything. There was no follow up on that story. The past administration, during Buhari's administration, there was a time that we were made to understand that animals swallowed some money. That case was not probed till date. We all heard that animal has started swallowing money. We don't know which animal per se. Peradventure there is an animal. The animal they didn't squeeze the animal's neck to bring out that money. Why? Because they were top leaders. They don't want to harass and embarrass them. Or probably because they have people in position whom they want to honor so much that they don't want to dishonor their own people. That aside, President Tinubu was not probed when he bought yachts and SUVs for himself and some so-called ministers. He wasn't probed. Well, he's a politician. Could we have said that he used his own money to buy all of that? Yet a photographer who is making his own money legitimately was charged and accused as a fraudster. He was detained since 2019 and here we are in 2024. Yes, they are paying 5 million naira damages. 5 million naira is 5 million naira up to the amount he spent on going to and fro to the court. The money he paid to lawyers who defended him until his case was settled. Are we going to talk about the shame, the bad name this defamation has cost this photographer? Yet they are limiting the money, the damages fee paid to him to 5 million naira. I wish he would take his stand of him being paid 100 million naira. Just if they pay expensive, they face consequences on damages, they will probe and make their findings before going ahead to arrest people. And then to the story of Nathaniel Bassey. Very quickly, let's look at the news in details before we go into the review. Gospel music minister Nathaniel Bassey has petitioned the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Igbetokun, to investigate and arrest 4 social media users who falsely accused him of being the father of gospel singer Mercy Chinwo's newborn. On March 29, Miss Chinwo and her husband, Blessed Uzochika, unveiled pictures of their baby on Instagram, but some online users claimed the baby bore a striking resemblance to Mr. Bassey. The users went as far as giving unsolicited advice to Miss Chinwo's husband to run a DNA test in order to ascertain his paternity of the child or lack thereof. Mischief makers with a criminal intent to destroy the image and character of our client had made different social media posts of defamatory matter, calling our client the father of Minister Mercy Chinwo Blessed's son, a woman who is married to another man, stressed Mr. Bassey's petition. Mr. Bassey said the false paternity claims by Okoronko Ejike, Kingsley Ibe, Terence Ekot, and DJ Sports Kid were tantamount to defamation and could tarnish the reputation he worked so hard to build over the years. This is another case of defamation. And this is even coming from social media, and it is making us to question the social media as a whole. That people would just come outside and say whatever they like, and probably because they feel like it is social media, it is an online thing. You will not be arrested, you will not be charged. And I think in this part of the world, it is high time that there is a link to how we can find and detect people via their social media and beyond addresses. Because when people put in their address on social media, you see a lot of people in Nigeria and their address is saying they're in the US, their address is saying they live in Dubai, everything about them, their pictures and everything is showing a different lifestyle, especially. I could remember years back when Twitter banned, I think, Nigerians from making use of that handle. And a whole lot of us came outside. A whole lot of us came outside to talk about how they are being biased, they are being tribalistic, they are this, they are that. And then they were trying to regulate the use of social media because they discovered Nigerians especially, we are just using Twitter to catch crews. We go on that media space because we know that no one could find us. We talk to, we lambast people all in the name of catching crews. And all of us fought, including our influencers. They fought and they brought Twitter back to us, now X. Now, what we fought for that should be brought back is now the one causing us pain, causing us sorrow. So I think it is high time the Nigerian government work on regulating the use of social media for everybody. I think we have NIN, we have voters card. Since our NIN carries a whole lot of information about us, let our social media handles be linked up with our NIN, just so they can link when a person commits a criminal offense on social media. You know that social media is another home entirely for you, is another office entirely for you, and people will become careful of what they put out there on social media, because there are cases of defamation that you, after finding out, you want to find out where the person live, you want to trace them on their social media handle, you discover that the address and whatever that link up to their social media handle is leading to a bush. So it is high time the Nigerian government work on regulating our social media handles. Let there be a link. Let there be a way that our social media handle will be linked up with our NIN. Just so, in case of any defamation, people will even be careful of what they put out online. People will not just come online, vent their annoyance, vent their opinion, and that is all. So there should be a link. I think in the I've forgotten the country that they these Apple products wanted to go into, and because they were using, okay, when iPhone 15 just newly came out, this country said, since if they want them to trade, if they want them to import their products, they have to go from iPhone making use of only the iPhone charger, that they should change their charger whatever. If they know they want to trade with them, they should change their charger whatever and make it in type C. That is what they use over there. They should not come and impose what they want on them. This is what we want. A country, they stood their ground that before a company will come and trade with them, they have to abide by what they want and not what the company wants. That is a country that knows what they want. They have a regulation on how they want things done in their country. So it is high time the Nigerian government look at how they can regulate especially things that are going on social media, so that people will not just come online and say whatever they like. Now that Mr. Nathaniel Bassey has written a petition, what is the assurance that these people who has come out, they even show their faces beyond social? People get mind though. As they have mind, their mind is made of abido shaker. That's why they went ahead to do all of that, because they made a video of themselves. One was even saying, Mr. Blessed, Pastor Blessed, go and do DNA for your son, and let's see if it was you are the father of that child. It looks so much like on a live video. Now, as far as this thing is on a live video, what is the assurance that they are going to find these people and bring them to book? Because this is social media. They could have run away. They could have been it could have been that they are in a desert where they are doing all of these things. It could have even been that they are not in Nigeria, because we have a lot of people in diaspora. We have a lot of people that they are scattered everywhere. So who knows? Maybe these people are one of those in diaspora that are just coming online to vent to air their opinion. So the Nigerian government should look at how they can link, as they are linking up our NIN to our phone. So just so they can know who owns this, how we can chase these people, how we can bring these people to book in case of any crime. The same thing, our NIN should be linked to our social media handles for those that are on social media, because these videos, because even if they are unable to find these people, or on the long run they are able to find these people, the fact remains that these are videos beyond these people's page, beyond the fact that they have posted it on their own page. A lot of people has reposted and make commentary on it. This video is now trending. What if this issue died down like that? Many years to come, 20 years after, this child especially grows up to come and see video of himself trending when his father and his mother did his dedication. What trauma would it cause the child? So as in whatever we are doing, we should also be considering the aftermath of it. So for those people saying Pastor Nathaniel is going to the extreme, they should also put themselves in his shoes. What would this have cost his marriage? What would this have cost the blessed marriage? What would this have cost their children? Nathaniel Bassi has grown up children. What would this have cost his career? What would this have cost is what he has built over the years? What would people be saying? A pastor and all of that. Because in this part of the world, we don't wait to verify information before we keep on airing our opinion. So this has cost him a lot. So the same Bible that says we should be as wise, we should be as meek as a dove, is the same one that says the violence take it by force. So the fact that this man is operating on a biblical principle that says since the days of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God suffers violence, and only the violence take it by force. Even Jesus himself, he chased away people buying and selling in his courtyard, in his father's house, in the church. He chased them away. That was the point where he exercised his authority that you cannot do whatever you like in my father's house. So because he's a pastor, does not mean you can just say derogatory things about him and you are expected to go scot-free. Yes, he's a man of God. At the same time, he was a man before he became a man of God. Moving on to our next story. So our next story is on why Bobrisky was arrested. Let's look at the news in details. Controversial celebrity crossdresser Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, has been arrested by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) for purportedly engaging in currency mutilation and the abuse of the Nigerian currency. The EFCC spokesperson Dele Oyewale disclosed that Bobrisky was apprehended at Pinnock Estate in Lagos State on Wednesday. He also revealed that Bobrisky would be charged in court soon. Oyewale said Bobrisky is with us. He was arrested last night in Lagos and he is at our Lagos command. We arrested him for alleged abuse of Naira notes, spraying of Naira notes, and currency mutilation, among others. We are very serious about restoring the dignity of the Naira. Though our investigation is still ongoing, but he will definitely be charged to court soon. So here is the story. As you all know, last week, this same Bobrisky trended online when he was awarded as the best dressed female at a movie premiere of a popular movie producer, Eniola Ajao. And it raised a lot of suspicion. It raised a lot of reaction, netizens' reaction. Like, why would you make a man the most best dressed female in an event? And the issue went back and forth, and then Yola Ajao came out and said during a TV interview, she acknowledged with Channels Television. She said that they only gave him the best dressed female just for the movie to trend, and it is so unfortunate that The movie has trended, but now Bobrisky has been charged to court over naira mutilation. And just in few minutes back, we read on Leadership newspaper that EFCC Bobrisky arrives court faces 180 million naira money laundering, naira abuse charges. Very quickly, let's look at the news in details before we go into the review. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) is set to arraign controversial transgender Idris Okuneye, widely known as Bobrisky, before the Federal High Court sitting in Ikoyi, Lagos on Friday morning. Leadership reports that Bobrisky, who was arrested on Wednesday, was granted an administrative bail by the EFCC on Thursday but couldn't meet the bail conditions. The controversial transgender was driven to the Federal High Court premises in Ikoyi, Lagos around 9 a.m. in a white Ace Toyota bus by EFCC operatives under armed police escort this Friday. Bobrisky is expected to be docked by the Anti-Graft Agency on allegations bordering on money laundering and abuse of naira. The transgender, who was seen in a viral video spraying naira notes to the floor at a social function where he was being praised by a musician, will also be docked before Justice Abimbola Awogboro on a 6-count charge of alleged laundering of 180 million through his company Bob Express and tampering with 490,000 naira notes by spray. So it is not now, he is not arrested for messing with the naira, for spraying naira notes, because spraying the naira in itself is not the offense. The offense is stepping on the naira. And now, I don't know, should we say that some people are behind this guy's case? Because how can you trend last week and now you are in prison, from palace to prison? This is so unfortunate. It is so unfortunate. But one of the things we should consider is Bobrisky the first person to spray money? He's not the first person. There was a time we talked that, around January this year, when a movie producer, an upcoming actress, was arrested at Monarch Event Center at Lagos. Last year, she was arrested because she was found spraying new naira notes. Then, when the new naira notes just came out, and she said she lied about it first. Later, she was charged guilty and all of that. And that woman is currently in the police custody. And then we talk about the fact that they are not the first to spray money in events. And we consider the story. Then I personally made my findings on a then senator in Ogun State who is late now. When he buried his mother, on the day of the mother's burial ceremony, they were spraying money, lavishing money as if they don't have any meaningful thing they could do with that money there. This man was not arrested. There was a time when Obi Kubana lost his mother or his father, I've forgotten. They were spraying money everywhere, and these people were not arrested. Recently, I saw a video of a couple on their wedding day. They were spraying, like they were practically stepping on the money. Those that were spraying them the money, they were practically right here in Nigeria. Those people were not arrested. But here is Bobrisky arrested, and really, we all know that he's an influencer. He does everything to trend. And right here, we see that about 5 charges has been, he was charged for a 6-count charge. The first count says the defendant is accused of tampering with 400,000 naira by spraying the same while dancing at a social event at Imax Seku Mall in Lekki, Lagos. Another charge says between July and August 2023 at Aja Junction, Ikorodu, also tampered with another sum of 50,000 naira by spraying same at a social event while dancing. In count 3, Bobrisky in December 2023 at White Steve Event Hall, Ikeja, also sprayed and tampered with another sum of 20,000 naira while dancing. Count 4 also accused Bobrisky of spraying and tampering with another sum of 20,000 naira while dancing at an event in Oniru, Victoria Island. The EFCC said the offense was committed on March 24, 2024 and is contrary to the Punishable Act Section 21 of the Central Bank Act 2007. So in that act, it was stated that it is wrong for you to step on naira notes. It is known as naira mutilation. So the problem is not with spraying the money. In fact, there was a time that there was an invention, I think it is still on now, that you have spraying gun. There's a spraying gun where you sprayed your money from that gun. You put the money inside the gun. I don't know how to do it. Cork it inside and you spray it into a whatever they use to collect the money. So the offense is not that he's spraying money. The offense is that he's stepping on the money. So in count 5, Bobrisky, while trading under the name Style of Bob Express between September 1, 2021 and April 4, 2024 in Lagos, failed to submit to the Special Control Unit against money laundering a declaration of the activities of the said company, Bob Express, within which the total sum of 127.7 million naira was paid into the company account domiciled with Ecobank. And also in the last count, Bobrisky is accused of failing to submit a declaration of the activities of the company within the same period when another 53 million naira was paid into the company's account, thereby committing an offence contrary to Section 6 and Section 19 of the Money Laundering Prevention and Prohibition Act and punishable under Section 19 of the same act. Impressive. So his case is now beyond naira mutilation. His case has now been extended to money laundering. But now let's leave Bobrisky case aside. As our top, I just feel like EFCC, they are misplacing their priorities. They are not chasing after what they ought to be chasing after anymore. As much as we know that they are supposed to be probing money laundering, at the same time, let's also question some things that is going on in this country that this EFCC has not been probing. As these people probed the former EFCC chairman over the result swapping of the last election, was this man probed? We all knew the result of the election. It was obvious. We saw it with our eyes. Yet, the people that are not supposed to come in came into power. Did they probe the previous INEC chairman for swapping results? No. Another thing to consider is that in the previous administration, they said animal swallowed money. Snake in the monkey shadow. Animal swallowed money. And that money was forgotten like that. Just like that. The EFCC did not look into that case. Another case was the case of Beta Edu. I think because Beta Edu was a woman, that was why she was she was relieved of her duty and everything. Another case that EFCC could have probed is this case that happened, this budget pudding at the Senate House weeks back, when senators were fighting over 1.7 trillion naira increase on the budget that is meant for 2024. 2.5 trillion naira was signed by the president. No, 2.5 trillion naira was signed by the House of Assembly. They passed 2.7 trillion naira to Mr. President, and that money was signed. And Senator Ningi came outside and said there is a problem, there is a burden over this budget. Where did you add the how did the budget increase by 1.3 trillion naira? What is the money meant for? There is no budget for 1.3 trillion naira. That man was he was suspended from the Senate for 3 months. EFCC did not probe that case. EFCC did not probe Akpabio. EFCC did not probe every other person that supported that budget. Yet, they are probing Bobrisky. As much as I'm not a fan of Bobrisky, at the same time, there are things that we should consider. If EFCC can probe this guy, they should as well go and probe other people that we know that are it is so obvious that these people have swallowed our money. It is so obvious that these people are spending on what they are not supposed to be spent on. It is so obvious that these people have embezzled the money meant for other funds. Yet EFCC is not doing this job. Yet they have arraigned this man in court. So, like I've always said, I will always give you updates on every story. So let's see the outcome of this Bobrisky's case, and I will be right here to give you updates on it. So this will bring the end of the newspaper review for today. We hope you had a great time. I am Ayo, bringing you the newspaper review every day right here at Prime Media TV. So before we leave the studio, we'd like that you follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, you can follow Prime Media TV. On Instagram and on TikTok, we are Prime Media Studios. On the website, we are enginespeak.com, and on YouTube, you can follow Engine Speak to get back to back on all that we represent right here at the studio. I am Ayo once again. Do have a great day.